You've been here for 12 months. You've not had a chance in the first team. So how would you sum up the year for you here?
It's been tough. It has been tough. It's been one of them seasons where, been hoping for that opportunity to get in the first team and stake a place and push Scott Brown for his number one. I think I've pushed him as far as I can in training, but in terms of obviously first team, there has been a lack of appearances for me. Hopefully Saturday against Stockport might give me an opportunity to show him, listen, I could have been worth more of a chance over the course of the season. Reserve team fixtures, I think, few and far between, but when called upon, I done okay, and again was a good opportunity for me to show Neil and the gaffer that I was worth a chance. But I think it has been tough.
So in terms of personal development, do you feel the graph is going up at the same rate as it was before you came here?
Yeah, well, I suppose there's only so much you can do in training. When you play your games, you get that 90 minutes under your belt and you get that match sharpness. But I think progression, like bringing Steve Buck in, Steve Buck with the training, and I think every day is an improvement and work hard, and that's the work ethic amongst me and obviously the lads as well, where you go into training, you go into improve every single day. It's not literally you come in and have a jolly up and that's how we work. It is you come in, you improve, and you work your nuts off, really.
You're still only 19 and keepers tend to develop later, so are you recognising that you might have to be patient for an opportunity, because Scott went through that when Shane Higgs was here?
I know, exactly. I suppose that's the way it is for goalkeepers. It's unfortunate, I suppose, for me personally, because I suppose in quite a selfish way, I want to be number one, even at the age that I am. I don't really care personally. I just want to be number one. I want to be playing constantly, and I want to be showing people that I'm the best. If that's sounds quite selfish, but I don't really care, to be honest. But I appreciate that is the stepping stone to how it works. The goalkeeping aspect of it. I mean, as an outfielder, because there's more opportunity for you, you can play at a younger age and break through at a younger age. Whereas a goalkeeper, it's a lot tougher than that, and you generally find keepers breaking through and making their debuts even as late as like 24, 25, really. And you don't really stake a claim until your mid-20s at the earliest majority. So I do appreciate it, and it's going to be, next few years are going to be crucial for me in terms of, I'm going to be pushing and seeing as how far and how much of a stake I can claim in the first team, as well as keeping in the professional game as well.
How much would it mean to get either a start or even 15 minutes as a sub at Stockport?
Well, it mean everything for me, I suppose. Stockport is 20 minutes, 25 minutes from where I live. I was born 5 minutes from there. My family would be there, and it is, like I say, it's my local area. So for me to come on and make a debut or start, it would mean the world to me. And like I say, it would just be one of them things where I've tried for 10 years. I started as a kid at 7 at Crewe, and just been slogging and working hard to get into the professional game. It just mean the world to me.
In terms of you as a footballer, you have, as is the nature of the game, moved from club to club. Do you feel as settled here as you've been anywhere else?
Yeah, I mean, it's a real, like I say, it's a real family club here, and everyone's really, like the day I started here, the first day, everyone was really warm and welcoming, and it's like, right, this is, we're a team, we're in it together, and we do everything together, and we work hard together, and even the good times, the bad times, we get through together. So everyone's in it as a team, and it's just, like I say, it's just been really warm and welcoming, and like after the first day, it's like, right, let's get our head down and work and push, and so it's been brilliant. Yeah, it's, like I say, it's great around here. So
has Mark spoken to you about next season?
Not really. I think that's, it's going to be one of the things. I'll speak to him, my agent will speak to him, and we'll see, and we'll go from there.
And as you said, there hasn't been as much reserve football as probably we'd liked to keep your eye on as such. But last night's game, will that help if you do play Saturday? Because it's probably been a while since you actually played a game of any kind before last night.
Yeah, I was going to say, most of the reserve team games have been coming once every 2-3 weeks. Sometimes, I mean, we had a Christmas period where we had a reserve team going every 4 weeks, and it was, you know, like I say, in that sense, it's been really quite tough for me in terms of reserve team. I think last night, yeah, it's obviously a chance for me to show Neil and the gaffer, and you know, it's another 90 minutes under my belt sort of thing. And like I say, I haven't played since the Bristol Rovers game, which was 2-3 weeks ago, something like that. So you know, it's another 90 minutes, and it's another opportunity for me. So you know, hopefully, I'll be all the better for it when Saturday comes around.
Yeah, you don't seem to be a goalkeeper that's lacking in confidence in terms of coming off your line and punching things. Is that something you've always prided yourself on? Is that, you think that's important?
Yeah, it's always, because I've always been quite an aggressive nature on the pitch, a lot of goalkeeping, because I've been under quite a few goalkeeping coaches, like Joe Corrigan at West Brom, Ronnie Sinclair at Stoke, even Paul Antrobus at Crewe, and even the early age Mark Grew at Port Vale. I've had all the benefit of different goalkeeping coaches and them putting their ideas towards me, and I can take bits from them, bits from one and bits from the other, and help improve my game. So in terms of coming off my line, that's no issue for me. And also, like when using my feet, and I can play out from, you know, it doesn't bother me in the slightest in terms of being that aggressive nature in the field.
There's one last night where you were particularly aggressive and you came rushing out of your area and got there first. If you'd stayed on your line, it could have been a one-on-one, wouldn't it? Couldn't it, in the second half?
I suppose it's that split opportunity really as a goalkeeper. I mean, you can either do one thing or the other, and you only know if that's the best decision when the actual outcome comes about, I suppose. So it's one of them things, I suppose. It's hard to judge from the side, but it's literally, you have got that split second to make the decision, are you going to come or not? And if it works out, then, you know, fair play, you've done all right. If it doesn't work out, then you're going to look a bit of an idiot, really. So that's how it goes, I'm afraid. Do
you think you've done pretty well in the reserve games you've played this season? Do you think you've acquitted yourself okay?
I've done okay, but as I say, I think there's always room for improvement. I never come off a field thinking, oh, you know, everything was perfect, 100%. All the 12 years I've been doing it now, I've never once come off the game and thought, oh, it was absolutely perfect. There was nothing, you know, wrong at all. I always think there's room for improvement, and that's something I'll go into training the next day and think, right, I'm working on that now, and I'm going to make it better for the next game.
You've seen every game this season, so you're probably in a good position to sort of comment on how would you summarise the season from your point of view, sitting watching every game, because it started so well, didn't it, and was looking good probably till January, and then just dipped a bit second half.
I think it's been, probably use the word tough again. I think it has been, and it has shown with the age and experience of our squad. I mean, I know everyone says, oh, you can say it's an excuse, the squad being young and inexperienced, but unfortunately that's the way it is, I suppose. The lads are young, and yes, they are inexperienced, but after this season, obviously, you know, we're staying up, we're in League 2 next year. The lads are going to be in the team, you're going to be better for it, for this experience this season. So taking into next season, you've got the experience and the know-how. Like when we had that Christmas period, and after the Christmas period, things drop for us. We know going into next season how to rectify that, and we can improve it. So I think this season has been good for us in that fact that we have got that extra know-how and experience amongst the team.
When you first came here, you knew you were going to start off as number 2. If the manager offers you a new contract and says you're going to start again as number 2, is that good enough for you? Or would you hinted earlier, you know, would you be tempted to drop down a bit if it means you're going to play every week, or would you think you can start number 2 and then genuinely sort of challenge Scott Brown next season?
Well, to be honest, I know obviously it probably doesn't seem that to the fans on the outside, it probably doesn't seem that I've, you know, challenged Scott enough. I can appreciate that, but, you know, I am working my absolute nuts off to challenge Scott, and to be fair, even if that came to next season, I will, you know, work me nuts off again, and I will keep going, and, you know, until I get that point. And even if I do get to the point where I do play regularly on a Saturday, then I will still carry on working my nuts off to keep it and, you know, to improve and progress. And so when you say, would you be happy with number 2? You know, I just want to literally be at a football club where I can progress and then challenge and improve. So, I mean, I can sit down with my family and talk with my agent, but all I want at the end of the day is just for me to be at a football club, playing football and challenging and improving and making myself the best I could possibly be.
Yeah. Okay, cheers Dan.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks
No,